channel. मैं हूँ आकांक्षा and you're watching Let's Chat. A lady becomes a mom from the very first day of her pregnancy. Gradually, the mother in you grows as the baby develops in the womb. Motherhood is an amazing experience. One can relate it as a God's gift. Development of a baby is miracle. God takes care of minute parts in a human body, so beautifully designed and distinctive. But that's not it. Parenting, especially motherhood, is a journey full of ups and downs. It is all about sleepless nights, tiring days, disorganized house, crying baby, and a messy you. I remember I always used to pray to God to give me some extra hands to help me complete my course. After all, you need to be multitasking. I felt it like a challenge nowadays to raise a child stuffed with principles, emotions, knowledge, health, values, and morals from the very beginning. Although you learn a new thing every day, there are five major lessons I learned as a mom. First, God's gift. I strongly believe God exists. I believe that everything that exists in the world is God's gift. In fact, this world is a magical place, that there is a force somewhere which has planned everything that occurs in my life. My first pregnancy tangled me into millions and zillions of thoughts. My mind used to be a mess of unfinished chunks. I used to wonder when my baby was in my womb whether this is really possible. The development of the baby in 9 months, its movement with span of time, transfer of all the nutrients through the food I ate, him listening to me, kicking when I used to talk to him, responding to my chats in silence, feeling all the emotions I used to go through during that tenure. It seemed purely fictional, as how can my heart be connected to his? I am a working woman, so I had to commute to office and it used to be very hectic carrying all the weight I gained during pregnancy. But God has helped me throughout. Unfortunately, with all the tensions in my mind, my water broke and my baby was delivered prematurely. Thankfully, it was a healthy baby with less weight. Miracle again. I presume he is indeed one of God's incarnation, my little Krishna. As we know that a baby starts feeding within a day, which again is phenomenal. I wonder how did the teensy weensy learn to suck milk instantly. Imperceptibly, the baby starts sitting, crawling, and finally walking within a year. Can anybody imagine that a creature so small can walk on his own within an year, or rather I should say just an year? The more he is praised, the less it is. His appreciation is beyond words and miracles happen. I am one of the living examples and trust me, there is more yet to come. Second point, child becomes your only priority. This is the second thing I learned being a parent, that your child becomes your priority. Suddenly, the focus of your life changes to your baby, ignoring rest of the things. A newborn needs a lot of effort and care. You have to be very careful and observe the little one very closely. My sweetheart captured all my heats and time. I had a C-section. It was so painful that I could hardly bear the agony. I still remember the 10-step walk to the washroom in the hospital room seemed like I had to run a 400-meter race that time. But as I held my baby in my arms, my suffering did not cease to exist. Wow, what a tremendous feeling it was. Nurturing your baby is concentric. That is, all other works revolve around this responsibility. You actually have to set your course as per your baby's routine. Like most moms, I too skipped meals, my daily routine, and in order to complete my son's course, I had to skip everything. Feeding after every 2 to 3 hours seemed as a constant cycle, actually never-ending cycle. Often I used to take bath and eat around 4 p.m. and above all, I get so tired managing everything. Well, I don't blame him after all. It is evident that children need attention. I really had to keep track of all the things. The bottles needed to be properly boiled, temperature of the milk had to be moderate, water in the bathtub had to be warm, not hot or cold. Clothes had to be comfortable, washing in proper antiseptics, which products to use so that it suits the skin of my baby. I used to keep a check of his cleanliness and hygiene. Well, there are countless things I needed to focus on, but then every child is worth it. My son is my present, my future, and it is my responsibility to nurture him with all the love I possess. Third, surprises. Your child is a packet full of surprises. I used to be astonished every day, overwhelmed with his activities. Children are so full of enthusiasm and energy. Since my son was a premature, I used to be extra cautious about his activities and whereabouts. As my son started growing little by little, my amazement escalated. His actions, behavior, all used to make me so happy. He started recognizing both of us very soon. My son is very joyous and cheerful. I always get positive vibes when I look at him. Surely he is the sunshine of my life. He started understanding my behavior, that when I am happy, he laughs. When I get upset, he's sad. I once started crying due to my inability to handle tasks. My son was about 9 to 10 months at that time. He looked at me for a moment and started crying by himself. I was so astonished and made a promise not to cry in front of him ever again. And I'm still keeping it. When he wakes up, his sparkling eyes makes my day. He observes us keenly and does the same activity by himself. So we are very careful at our acts in front of him. His acquiring capability is so overwhelming. Once he mistook the person on the other side of the mirror to be somebody else. So he started kissing on the mirror. Aren't children innocent? There has not been a single day that I did not notice something new that he does. I usually capture all his activities in videos or pictures so that I can always see them and remember the memories. We are often left amazed by his doings. He has grown up to be 3.5 years old stunner now. I'm so grateful that we are blessed with such a beautiful creation of God. Fourth point is parenting is not a bed of roses. Obviously not. Parenting is a tough and unrewarded work of life. It becomes a full-time job without sufficient rest. It is a commitment towards your child that you will always protect him. It is indeed a challenging duty loaded with responsibilities, expectations, and demands. There were moments when I used to be blank as I could not find what should be done at that instant. I was on high alert every time. Work with tick-tick of the seconds of a clock. My focus was only what is appropriate for my son and make decisions accordingly. What will you choose? A hungry baby or a hungry you? I have sometimes fed and eaten at the same time. Yes, it is indeed very difficult, but it is not impossible. You learn bit by bit for the rest of your life. I used to panic a lot and lose my temper frequently. Obviously, I happened to be a mother for the first time. There are lots of exertion running after my super active son. I sometimes thought that I should have had multiple hands, one hand for each chore. Slowly, I started following a routine, which most of the times failed, but I did not stop. This cleared weeds and opened up to a path. This routine helped me extract some of the me time to self-relax. I could have a long shower or cook something tasty for myself. A pedicure, applying nail paint, and having a conversation with my friends and relatives, or watch something brainless on the TV just to charge myself for the rest of the day. Life is so beautiful and so are you. Despite of all the flaws, so be easy on yourself. You don't have to be a perfect mom. You are amazing and have already done a marvelous job in bringing up your child. My next point and the last point is a child is an equal responsibility of both the parent. This is one of the things I learned when I became a parent. Otherwise, I just saw that it seemed only to be a mother's role to raise a child. Since I am a working parent, I had to share my responsibilities in order to complete my routine tasks by the end of the day. At times, I have also wanted to share my burden with my life partner. Since we both love our son equally, why should not the duties be divided equally? Rather, I should say, why not raise our son together? After all, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. This helped me to take small gaps in between the long tiring hours of work. A child needs both the parent equally. Also, my son gets a father-son time to stronger the bond and overall wellness to engage in a man-to-man talks. Obviously, my parenting style is totally different from his. research suggests that father's involvement in important for a child's development. This does not mean that I am incapable. I just want him to lend a helping hand to me and meanwhile help my son to grow socially, physically, intellectually, emotionally, and psychologically. My husband is a loving and supportive father. He always interacts in a playful manner to unwrap our son's feelings and behavior. So, in a way, together we both help our lad discover himself to the fullest. As a result, my son learned to speak Papa first than my name. I suggest all the mothers to ask for help to divide the load without feeling guilty. This way, I also found some quality time to spend with my better half. On the contrary, I am a wife first. It is necessary for both of us to strengthen our bond through a subtle approach. Keep learning new things every day. New experiments to take care of my son. My love for him is unconditional and immense. I'll always stand by his side, toiling to be a good parent and role model for him, so that one day he makes all of us proud. Well, moms, I would suggest shout out to you. Be yourself first. Relax, you are doing a good job. There is no such thing as a perfect mom. Your kid does not need a perfect mom, rather, he needs a happy mom. How was your journey of parenthood? Please comment in the comment box below. Keep watching my videos and hey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscribe button and click on the bell icon and turn on the notifications. Till then, stay connected. Thank you.